What's up, everyone? I am super excited about this video, more so than ever before. Now, you can see from the cover, I got Ramy and Gaultier versus Jahangir and Jansher. There's been this age-old discussion about how has the game evolved, or the legends like Jahangir and Jansher, are they as good as the guys now, and are they better, or are they worse? It's this question we can't answer. But I tried to do something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's super tedious, so I hope you watch this entire video. I think you're going to really appreciate what I've done here. You're going to watch 3 rallies. 2 with Jahangir and Jansher, 1 with Ramy and Gaultier. Now, the Jahangir-Jansher rallies, honestly, I selected them kind of randomly. I was watching one of their matches, and I said, hey, this looks like a pretty tough rally. Just in the middle of a game, recorded it. That's what you're going to see. The Ramy Gaultier rally is something that actually Squash TV has picked out as one of the top 10 epic rallies of the decade. So we know for a fact that that's an epic rally. The other 2 that I picked out seem like epic rallies to me. And what I decided to do is actually break out different metrics for us to see how the game has changed. Now, it's impossible for this to be like an exact scientific comparison, but I hope that this gives you a flavor of how the game has evolved. And the fact that, well, actually, let's see. I think you're going to appreciate this. Let's check these numbers out. So I'm going to play this for a second. And what you have on your screen now is actually a breakdown of metrics that I created. This was a bit tedious, so please take your time and review these, of the rallies. So the first column you see on your screen on the left is one of the rallies between Jahangir and Jansher. And you'll notice that I've counted the rallies in each, the number of shots in each rally, how long each rally was, and then I did a quick little division to see how many shots they were hitting per second. My goal through this was to get a good appreciation of how fast the game is being played. So the higher the shots per second, the faster the game is being played. The next thing you see are how many volleys were hit, how many balls were played in the front court, how many were hit in the front court, how many were hit from the mid-court, how many were hit at 3/4 court, which is just behind the back of the service box, and then how many were hit off of the back wall. And then the last 2 things you'll see are how many shots were hit under the service line and how many shots were hit above the service line. So above the service line is generally going to mean you're defending a little bit more. Under the service line is kind of your more pace rally shot or attacking shots. Now, if you compare these metrics, you'll notice that Jahangir and Jansher's rallies, the ones that I picked out, were a bit shorter, but their shots per second are pretty much the same as Ramy and Gaultier. In one of the rallies with Jahangir and Jansher, slightly lower, and one of them slightly higher. In terms of the volleys, the percentages are, again, comparable. Jahangir and Jansher had 22% of their shots hit by volley in the first rally, 6 in the second, and Ramy and Gaultier hit 9% of volleys. Front court, again, very comparable. Sorry, I'm missing a bracket in my my last one here, but with Ramy and Gaultier, but I think you can excuse me for that. Mid court, we have 19% from Jahangir and Jansher, and then 14 from them, and then 12 from Ramy and Gaultier. 3/4 court, again, very comparable, 33, 37, 37. And then off the back wall, 15, 20 with Jahangir and Jansher, and 31 with Ramy and Gaultier. And what percentage were hit under the service line? 70 in the first rally, 83 again for Jahangir and Jansher, and then 84 with Ramy and Gaultier. And then how many shots were hit above the service line? You can see 30% from Jahangir and Jansher, then 17, and then 16 with Ramy and Gaultier. So now, what does this mean? Well, what this tells me, and again, you have to keep a few things in mind. Jahangir and Jansher are using very different equipment. So their rackets are like 1.5 to 2 times heavier. They're still using those old, round, small wooden rackets. The power they can generate, the touch that they can have, the amount that they can snap their wrist, the volleys are harder. Everything is harder. Everything that needs to be done fast is harder for them. They also have different technology with their shoes. The science and the training technology and training methodology and understanding was very different. So it's impossible to compare apples to apples, but from these metrics, we can see that the games are actually very, very comparable. And what you'll see in a moment when we play these videos is that even Jahangir and Jansher's rallies are happening at a really fast pace. So let's take a look. I'm going to play this for you guys, and thank you for PSA Squash TV, because without them, these videos would be lost forever. Here we go. So this is the first rally, 27 shot rally. And you can see how many balls they're actually cutting off in the mid and 3/4 court. And they're hitting low and hard pretty consistently. See, going for kills, the drops, you know, a lot of pressure. A lot of volleys, a lot of pressure. To me, the game doesn't look that different. And again, these are with old wooden rackets. Another hold from Jahangir. Another volley. Jansher is absorbing. Jahangir going for the volley drop, hits the tin. This is the next rally. So Jahangir and Jansher are generally hitting the ball with a fair bit of pace. There is some rallying up and down the wall like you see over here, and jockeying for position. But whenever the volley is there, these guys are taking it. Whenever an angle presents itself, they're going for that kill. See a nice little hold, suck Jansher in front first. A lot of attacking, a lot of retrieving. This is a lot of pressure. Now see, the one thing that I will say is that those guys, they did take a lot of soft lets, so they would have to replay a lot of points, whereas nowadays the guys are actually playing through a lot. So let's check out this rally. This is an epic one. It's long, almost 2 minutes. And see, now these guys, their rackets are almost half as light, and you can just put a lot more pace on the ball with a much shorter swing with the current technology, with the racket, the strings, the grips, the everything. And you can see even over here, right? Like they're jockeying for position a lot. It's all stemming from good length. And then from that good length, they're seeing, okay, when is it loose? Then I gotta shift the guy, put the attack in when I'm ready. There's the attack, a counter, another one. Nice width from Ramy to get out of Gaultier's volley. So you have some resetting and jockeying for position. Nice little boast nick attempt by Ramy. Gaultier is going for the volley again, but Ramy hit nice width. Nice defending. It's a nice ball. It's a good get by Ramy. Defending when he's under pressure. See, Gaultier just holds that tee so well. One lunge to get that ball down the wall. And then an epic hold from Gaultier at the end. So there it is, guys. Like, personally, I didn't see that much of a difference. Now, again, I'm looking at Jahangir and Jansher, two of the greatest players by far in their era. And then you're looking at Ramy and Gaultier, who are also two of the best players in their era. So I would like to think it's an apples-to-apples comparison in that sense, but maybe the depth of the game isn't quite the same, or it wasn't quite the same then as it is now. You can argue that, although even back then you had really strong players like Rodney Martin and Brett Martin and Chris Dittmar and all of these other folks that were actually really good. So, you know, again, we're never going to know because we can't pin Jahangir and Jansher at the best against Ramy at his best and Shorbagy and Farag and Gaultier and all these guys. But by looking at numbers like this, we can see that the game is actually played in a fairly similar way. Now, what we might find is that these numbers that you see here for Ramy and Gaultier, maybe this is a more common percentage, meaning it happens in more rallies than not. Whereas maybe by chance, the rallies that I picked out for Jahangir and Jansher are abnormal, and maybe these are just once in a while that they play like this. That's definitely a possibility, and I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to do too many more analyses like this, to be honest, because they take a lot of time. But I hope that this gives us some answer. In my opinion, I feel like you can draw a comparison, and if Jahangir and Jansher were growing up in this era, I feel like they would probably be some of the best players in the world now as well. If you like these sorts of videos, post a comment, let me know. The more feedback I get, the more I can create. If you want to see something else, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe to the video, share it, please. Let's try to spread this entertainment and knowledge to as many people as possible. All right, have a good one, guys and girls, and I will see you in the next video.